Hello again everybody and welcome back to Fujit's Blitz, and this is the last video of the day. This is still the Aces Gallery, but this time we're only looking at the Lowe, the German Tier VIII Heavy. We're going to hear this lion roar. This is the reason I've done this video. I had two great replays sent to me. This first one by Hunberserker of no clan, rolling out in the Lowe, the German Tier VIII Heavy. It's a premium tank on the server. Now, this tank has been in the game a long time. In fact, I think this was the second premium tank I ever got after the AT-15A, and it's a nice tank. The only problem is, a lot of tanks have now come into Tier 8, and whilst this has never been nerfed, the tanks around it have either been buffed or they're slightly better. So unfortunately the Lowe, or the Lowe I always used to call it, but it's German for lion, doesn't seem as potent as it used to be. But that is to misunderestimate it, because it's still a very, very potent tank indeed. I mean, the Lowe is a great Tier 8 Heavy. It has some downsides, it has some pros, and it has some cons, obviously. I mean, basically, it's a sort of hybrid between a Tiger II and an E75. And you can see that with the chassis. This tank never existed in real life. It was on the drawing board, and they considered this round turret to try and minimize the armor on the turret and to get more bounces. And the thing is, you can bounce in this tank. Gun-wise, it's a really nice gun. Gone are the days, however, where the Lowe would penetrate everything in front of it. But it still pens, and it's still a nice, funky tank. A lot of people complain about Lowe, and because of, you know, the way Tier 8 is nowadays, it's actually really, really tricky to get an ace in this thing. It's not as easy as you would think. Now, Hunberserker sent this replay to my Discord channel, and his comment was, this is his first Lowe mastery, which is what prompted me to do this video, because this is not an easy tank to ace anymore. It used to be. I mean, you know, people used to ace this thing left, right and centre, but not anymore. Not with the way that it faces up against some of the competition it now has at Tier 8. Then we get, you'll also come up in a Tier 9 game on occasion. So, you know, getting a Lowe mastery nowadays is pretty good going. And as you've seen so far, you may think he's not set the world on fire. He's taken 3 kills, he's dished out just over 1200 damage, he's bounced just over 1000, anyway, he's bounced just under 1500 actually. And he's playing the tank like a dream. And these are the sort of games when you're in a Lowe that you want, because, you know, it's not an easy tank to drive anymore. It's got quite a long load time. The armor is trolly. It's that funky E75 stroke Tiger II type armor, whereas, you know, if you angle it the wrong way or you angle it too much, over angle it, then you're going to get penned. The gun sometimes pens, sometimes doesn't. Sometimes you get really good rolls, sometimes you get mediocre rolls, and it's not the tank it used to be. But saying that, when you play it like this, boy is it good fun. And I do like the Lowe. I haven't played it for a long time myself personally, but I do like it. And, you know, like I said, I've got a soft spot for it. It was my second ever premium tank. My third premium was the IS-6, another really tricky tank to master nowadays. So it's always nice to see that, you know, these old nostalgic premium tanks that first came out are still being driven, and people are still acing them and having fun. He's now done over 3000 damage, he's bounced just shy of 2000. I mean, this is a fantastic game. And if this is the first Lowe mastery he's got, this is even better. I mean, this is one hell of a way to get your first mastery on a tank. And fair play. I mean, I love watching games like this, because I bet you he finished this game with a massive smile on his face, and he was really, really chuffed. I know I would be. I mean, I'm still chuffed when I get masteries on tanks. I've already got masteries on, but when you get it on that tank for the first time, boy, it's a really good feeling. And I'm really glad he sent the replay in. Like I said, it's a tank that has a lot of bad reputation nowadays, but you still see people driving out in it. And you know, I think it's a tank that a lot of people underestimate. It's a tank that has a bad reputation to an extent. I'm not saying it's got a really bad reputation, but to an extent it has, because people think that there are other or better tier 8s out there. And, you know, in fairness, I would disagree with that. I would still rate this as one of the best tier 8 heavies, definitely, that you can get in the game. Think about it logically of all the other tier 8 heavies. And when you look at it that way, and you've got, you know, less than 9 seconds on your reload, you're dishing out some pretty decent damage, you've got some pretty decent armor. Okay, it's a little bit slow, but it's still a really good tank. And there goes kill number 4. What a fantastic game. Takes a base, takes 4 tanks, dishes out a shed load of damage, 3,145, and earns a lot of credits to boot at the same time. That's what you want to see, and I'd like to thank Hunberserker for kindly sharing his replay with us. It was great to watch you get your first mastery on the Lowe. Now, next up, a good friend of mine, Vollyvonkerr of the clan Sting, also rolling out in the Lowe. Now, the reason I've posted this replay is because Vol is just a pain in the backside. He's been pestering me for the last weeks. When are you going to post my Lowe? When are you going to post my Lowe? And, you know, it's not exactly a spectacular game. So I just thought, oh, bless him. I'll post his little replay. Nah, I'm only joking. This game is spectacular, and you need to stay tuned. So, the Lowe's had a bit of a resurgence recently in the stores, and if you haven't got it, it is going, or it's still going, I believe, for next to nothing. And it's a really good bargain, guys. So if you've got the gold, because it is being sold for gold, really worth a look. I mean, currently it's going for 7,500 gold, and with that you get the tank, the garage slot, all the equipment slots unlocked, the Reliant legendary camouflage, 500,000 credits, and 30 days of premium account. Plus you get an avatar. I mean, if you're going to buy it for anything, buy it for the avatar. No, seriously, it's a great deal. And when you come to sell the tank, you're actually getting you get a lot of credits back. I mean, if you've already got this tank and you buy it now for the gold, then you'll get 3 million credits back. If you come to sell it at a later date, then you get, I think it's just over 1.5 million. But it's a really good deal. Anyway, back to the game. So Vollyvonkerr is playing like a noob, clearly. He's done just over 2,000 damage, and the team around him is disintegrating. And, you know, this is why I like the Lowe, because when you put it in a player who knows how to play hands, it's a completely different ball game. So he's lost about, I don't know, about a third of his hit points. He hasn't taken any kills yet. He's dished out just shy of 2,500 damage. It's 4 against 2. It's not looking good. And the 4 that are up there are still pretty healthy and very dangerous tanks indeed. I mean, there's an STB-1 there, which is a dangerous tank. So watch what Volley does. He sticks it in a position whereby he maximizes that angle to get the bounces and enables it. You know, personally, I think they're daft pushing over the top like this. But what to do? It is what it is. All 3 of them are now lined up. The STB-1 has done the right thing, going the other way. The IS decides to YOLO in, thinking that, you know, might as well just bully my way down there. He gets wasted by Volley's teammate. The other IS is stuck up there. The ISU is now, somebody's resorted to HEing him because they're not getting anything. Now the IS is gone. Now it's 2 against 2. The STB-1 is coming in. Then, oh, that's a miss. Now it's 2 against 1. And Volley's on, I don't know, a third of his hit points now. The ISU is a one-shot. The STB is not. The ISU comes around the corner. No, he doesn't. He stops just in time. I mean, this is a fantastic carry. I mean, look at this. So he smacks into the STB-1, angles correctly, gets a fantastic bounce. Then the STB-1 tries again, bounces again, allows Volley to stick it in. Now you'd think, oh, he's going to go for the ISU. No. Watch. He waits for the STB-1. Boom. Goodbye, STB-1. Now the ISU needs to take him out. Volley is able to just about to get round the corner. Oh, He gets around there just in time. The ISU is doing the wrong thing, in my opinion. He can see what Volley's doing in this Lowe. Now Volley's up to over 5,000 damage. But that's not the point of this game. The point of this game is it's like the ultimate carry, to be honest with you. He fires an HE, well, silly, tries to back away, allows Volley to take him out. Bang! There you go. 3 kills. 5,000. I mean, it's 5,155 damage, a shitload of credit, and a well-deserved mastery. And, I mean, that was a pleasure to watch. That was the carry of the week. Well, actually, it wasn't, because my Jag Panther with Das Nemo in my live stream was the carry of the week. But it's a pretty close second. I'd like to thank Vollyvonkerr of Sting, along with Hunberserker, for kindly sharing their Lowe replays. I've been Fujit. That's been the Lowe, and that's been the guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It's free, costs you nothing, and it puts a smile on my face. Comment and like below. By all means, send me your replays to fujitsblitz@gmail.com, or do what Hunberserker did and send it to my Discord channel. The link is in the write-up. And until the next time, stay safe out there, have fun on the battlefield, and happy tanking, because that's what it's all about, guys. Having fun and being happy.